So in today's mix, I used Phthalo Green by Artist Loft, and Ultramarine by Artist Loft, Metallic Cobalt Blue by Artist Loft, Metallic White, and some Titanium White by Amsterdam Acrylics. For the canvas, it was an Artist Loft Level 3 Gallery Wrap Heavy Duty canvas. It has the real thick edges on it. The silicone is Spot On brand Treadmill Belt Lubricant. You can find that on Amazon. So, we are here today with my friends Dallas. Sorry, that was a weird entrance. Dallas and Rachel, and they came over to my house to visit, and they were like, "Hey, we really like your paintings on the walls and stuff. Can we try one?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." So, Dallas wants to try ocean type theme. Rachel does too. She wants to do like a wave, but Dallas is gonna do, I think, a dirty pour or whatever. And again, we have not rehearsed this at all. We're just kind of on the fly here. I'm gonna go through every little detail of the mixing. So if you already know the mixing part, you can fast forward through that. Don't be afraid to fast forward, but there's a lot of people that ask me all the time, what's Floetrol for? What's glue for? So I want to make sure that I go through each step and explain everything for those of you at home who don't know what that is, and you want to get to the point of where you can make cells and stuff like that. So let's get started. Battery dies. Oh, I forgot to hit record. Just kidding. Okay, so first things first, let's start mixing the paint. We're going to use Floetrol and some distilled water, Elmer's glue, and then the acrylic paint. And Dallas had a question.
I do, yeah. So what is Floetrol?
So remember, Floetrol is a latex-based paint additive, or paint conditioner is sometimes called, and it really helps level out your paint, and once it's dry, it helps it maintain that flexibility you want, because sometimes acrylic paint gets to the point where it wants to crack. You can find Floetrol at like Lowe's, Home Depot, some Walmarts, and Amazon.com. If you can't find it in your country, look up latex-based paint additives or paint conditioners. Hey, don't sweat it. If you can't get your hands on Floetrol or a paint conditioner, glue alone will work. You don't have to use Floetrol. It's actually used in spray rigs for painting homes and stuff. Okay. But if you buy Floetrol at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, don't buy the kind that's for oil-based paint. So, and then Rachel had a question too.
I do. So, what's the glue for when you're painting?
So the glue acts as a binder to the paint. I know it sounds really weird using the glue, but I really love using it, and it helps in my mix to bring out lots of consistent cells. It was Elmer's glue in the bottle, and it was just regular Elmer's glue over here to the left, but you can also use Elmer's multi-purpose glue all, and it works really great. I love using it too. But hey, you don't have to use Elmer's brand. You can use regular white school glue that you find at like dollar stores or craft stores. Using school glue is for craft projects like this, beginners. And if you want to go for the more professional quality paintings and archival quality, which is going to last a lot longer, then you need to go with a professional glue or PVA. And if you want to hit that professional mark on your glue, I recommend Lineco's neutral pH adhesive, and it is a polyvinyl alcohol, so it does not contain the acid in it, and it won't yellow over time like the school glue does. So you just need to keep that in mind. If you want yours to last a really long time, then you need to spend the extra money and get the neutral pH adhesive type glue. And I think it really helps it keep the paint more flexible and stops it from cracking. And I found this mix really brings out a lot of cells consistently. So, all right, let's get to painting. And Dallas, we'll start with you.
Okay.
So,
should I put on my gloves?
Yeah, put on your gloves there.
Big old hands.
You need help?
Yeah.
If you need help with
Oh
that.
my goodness. Help me.
There you go.
Alright, there we go.
This will be on the blooper reel, by the way. Okay, so I needed to get you a knife so you can cut the plastic off there. So I like these canvases. They're more sturdy and everything. They have the thick edges so you can stand it up on a desk if you want to, or you can lay it down. So now I use these pins. I use 4 in each corner.
And why do you do that? Is that to keep the paint from sticking to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
table?
That way it doesn't stick to the table. Keeps it off the table.
Just
And you can
right here?
Yeah, right in the little rubber piece there. There's like a little
the
rubber piece.
That one right there.
Jeez, come on.
Okay.
Wait, why do you put them in the rubber?
It's easier to put them in the rubber piece as opposed to the wood. Then that way they don't stick. Okay, your turn to open yours up and get going.
Okay.
And while you're opening yours and putting the pins on, Dallas will mix up some paint.
Okay.
So if you want to move the pins over to her side.
Okay, what do we start with?
We'll start with a Floetrol.
Okay.
So what Dallas used was about 1/8 cup of Floetrol, almost to the top, or that's 1 ounce of Floetrol. So maybe a hair more Floetrol over here in these two, yeah.
Like that, or still some more?
No, that should be good. That should be good. And then the glue. And for the Elmer's glue, he used about the same portion, but maybe just a hair less than the Floetrol. And again, that's a 1/8 cup or 1 ounce. So if you were to add more glue, like a ton more glue, it's not going to hinder you in your painting. So now you want to add your colors.
Okay. So we've got light blue, metallic cobalt blue,
This is light blue by Basics, Liquitex.
and I don't even know how to pronounce that one.
Metallic cobalt blue.
Phthalo.
It's phthalo green.
Phthalo.
Phthalo green.
Phthalo.
And then I'm almost out of white here, so we're going to use a little, try and do the white in there as much as you can.
Okay.
Oh boy, that is out. Okay, you might have to do the other white. Oh, you got a little bit of it in there.
Okay, yeah. I think there's one more.
I should have went to Michael's before we started this, but
And how much?
that's good, that's good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll do. That good?
A little more. Okay, that's good. And I try and keep it in the middle. A little more. A little more. That's good.
Okay. This one has
You
middle.
might. Oh, whoops. Just got to peel the deal off of it.
You don't matter.
Alright.
Sorry about that. Again, we did not rehearse this. Okay, that should be good.
Cool.
So now you'll take some stir sticks and put in each cup, and first start stirring slowly until you start to get some good consistency. A little faster.
Want some help?
Sure. So just start mixing those colors in. And you want to kind of start from the middle and work your way out. And this is how you do fluid art at home. So the metallic colors will mix pretty easy. So while you guys are stirring, I'm going to check the consistency on this. It's a little bit thick. So we'll add just a hair of water to it in a minute. And make sure you get it on the sides pretty good.
Oh yeah, down in there. Okay, there's that one.
All right. I'm going to check the consistency of this one. You want it to be like melted ice cream.
Ew. Does that mean I can drink it?
Sure. It's drinkable. So that one too might add just a hair of water.
Is this one okay?
Let's check that one. If you want to add just a touch of water to those.
Okay. Distilled water right there.
This one looks okay. So just a little bit. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, how's that one?
And then a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. That should be good. And this
yeah.
one here. That one's looking pretty good.
Cool.
Let me check these again just for the sake of it. Okay, that's pretty good. So now we're going to do Dallas's pour. And to do a dirty pour, you need an extra cup.
Okay.
And so first, pour in a little bit of white. Oh, wait. Oh man, I almost always forget this. We gotta add silicone. So grab the silicone and open the bottle just a little on the top there. Just a little bit, like you don't want it to pour out because you only want 3 tiny drops of silicone in there.
So and this says belt lubricant, so
yeah, it's a treadmill belt lubricant.
Cool.
So just 3 drops.
3 drops.
What does the silicone do?
That's it. So it's what causes in each cup. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. And then stir each cup 3 times. Just 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. And the silicone is what makes the paint react because it's kind of like oil and water mixing. So that's how you get all the weird looking cells. Yeah.
Cool.
So now pour some white into your main cup there.
Okay.
All right. And then some of the cobalt blue, that one there. Oh, that's the light blue. Okay. And then you can do the light blue. I just try and mix match colors. And then the next color. Okay. Then the white again.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, it's like a bullseye.
Just dump it all in there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we do about half of each one, and then do them again, and then do the other.
Yeah. You can, seriously, you can do whatever colors you want.
Oh.
Super cool.
I'm thinking we're not going to have enough paint to do a full dirty pour like you want. So if you get to this point and you figure out, wow, I don't have enough paint, you can always mix more up, because I'm thinking that might not quite be enough. Let's hurry and mix some more of this color up.
Okay. So we're gonna get
Floetrol
some
first.
Floetrol.
Put a pretty good amount in there.
Okay. About like before.
A little more. There you go.
Okay.
Then some glue. Okay, now the paint.
Was this cobalt?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now get that to mixing. And hopefully our cup setting over there doesn't ruin or anything, setting like that. Again, we're doing this on the fly, so you people at home watching, these are some of the things that happen. So, okay, that should be pretty good. And then add just a couple drops, 3 drops of silicone.
Oops.
Okay, then stir it a little bit and then dump that whole cup in there.
Okay.
There we go.
And then top it off with that other green.
Yeah. And whatever you have left. So I'm gonna move some of this stuff back here.
Looks like a parfait.
It kind of does, yeah.
Paint
Yeah, a paint parfait.
And I think that's it.
Okay, so push all that back and get your painting out towards the middle so it doesn't run off the table.
There we go.
All right, so now you'll want to just dump that right in the center of the canvas.
Okay. Cool.
Let me get over here and get ready. Okay,
Okay.
just all of it. Dump it all really fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, now give me the cup.
Okay.
Now you'll start to tilt it to each side and let it run over.
That's so cool.
Okay, now back the other way. There you go, you got it. You just want to cover each side.
Oh, we got the lid in there.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. So you just want to cover each side. And you can take your gloves and kind of do that over there.
okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
How's that looking? Oops. Oh, that's kind of cool. Reminds me of those like LSD films or whatever from the 70s. They have all the bubbles
Right.
in them.
Okay, get it going back the other way. There you go.
That's cool as can be. Ah, my thumb.
That's what I forgot is my heat torch. That's okay though. Okay, now back the other way a little bit. Okay, right there.
That is amazing.
Bam.
So now you can see the cells in there, and we haven't even hit it with the heat torch because Carl forgot to bring it in the other room. I think you got them pretty good. Just a touch there, maybe. A little down there on the bottom. So you, folks at home, you want to make sure you get that covered. That is really cool.
That is
Dallas, you
cool.
did a great job
Sweet. Thanks, Carl.
for your first one. I wish I could do that. So what do you think? Was that pretty easy?
Yeah, that was way easy. That's cool.
There's a part on the back here that needs just a hair right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so now you just kind of take your gloves and peel them off and just set them to the side over there. Don't drip them on there. You might want to get them over.
Okay.
You was good, bro.
And then just set them back over here.
Technique to that. But I don't have it mastered.
Okay, now it's Rachel's turn. So we're going to start with, it was this color here.
Okay.
We were going to do for the sky.
Just in the cup.
And no, you'll actually apply it to the canvas.
Oh.
So just squirt it right on the canvas there. Okay, that should be good. And then you'll just want to brush that on the top half, on the top and these sides.
And the sides right here.
Yeah, just like that. And you don't have to go in straight lines. You can just get it sloppy on there.
Put it in.
Yeah, because you don't want it to be square looking, you know, with straight lines and all. You want it to be kind of roughed up. And there's some on the back here you still have to get on this side. Just on the top right up here.
Right?
Yeah, right there. Okay.
Cool. Just like that?
And then kind of take your brush and just swish mark that. And now kind of like this, back and forth.
Right there?
Yeah, there you go. Kind of do it at an angle too. Just a little bit. Okay, right there, right there. Just like that. So you see how the brush marks are on there? They're not squared. They're just kind of everywhere. Okay, so now we'll pour Floetrol in each cup. Move this. Okay, that should be good. Because yours we won't need as much paint because we're doing a wave and you a little more, just a hair right there. Okay. Okay. That's good there. Now the glue. And for you at home, I know this is a lot, but keep going a little bit more. Okay. And then about the same in each cup. And you really can't screw up the mix. I mean, if you have a little more glue, not going to make a difference. A little more Floetrol, not going to make a difference. I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but to me, this is the most important part. Okay. So now, you're going to add that dark marine color. Right here.
Oh. To each one?
Oh, no, just one cup. Okay. Should be good. And that might be a little much, but that's okay. And then the next color will be the cobalt blue.
Oops.
Okay.
Alright, I'm getting paint everywhere.
You can wipe your glove on the rag. Don't be afraid to.
Wipe it in my hair.
Yeah, don't.
I'm painting with my hands now.
That's okay. Just a touch more. Okay, there we go. So now we'll go white. A little more. Okay. And I want the white a little bit thicker.
Like that?
No, that's good. That's good. Sorry, I was just saying I was wanting that white a little bit thicker because it's metallic white. Okay, so start mixing, and Dallas can help you mix there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
How's it coming?
I can't tell if
Make
it's
sure you
mixed
get
yet.
that nice and mixed.
I can't tell.
I know it's kind of hard with the white, right?
Blends in with my skin too. Okay.
So what I do is I go around the edges too to make sure it's really good. You just don't want any clumps in it. That's the main thing. So that looks pretty good on the white and the blue there. Now some paints, when they start to clump, that's when it kind of gives you problems. But this Artist Law paint really, the metallic paint really does great. Okay, so now add the silicone.
Thank you.
And then 3 drops of that. Okay, awesome. Stir it 3 times. 3 drops and 3 times. The reason why you don't want to add too much silicone, the more silicone, the less cells. And the more you stir it, the smaller the cells.
Oh, okay.
And then you always want to check. You want to come back and check paints. See how yours is kind of running off here a little bit. So we need to prop it up with something. Let's try this. Okay, so let's try propping this up just a little bit. Oh man, I don't know if it'll set on there. Okay, let it down. Okay, let's see if that's level. Maybe a little more. Okay. That's looking pretty level. But see how it kind of ran off there a little bit? You don't want it to ruin your design. So let's get back over to Rachel here. So what we're going to do on this one is I want you to picture what a wave looks like in your mind, like a crashing wave. Take one of the popsicle sticks over there, or craft sticks, and just kind of, no, you can use this one in the cup, and then just dribble out an outline.
Dribble?
Yeah.
Like this?
No, just kind of dribble it on there.
I'm so nervous.
You'll be fine.
Like,
So just draw
Well,
kind of,
Hawaii, you know what
sorry,
you know what a wave looks like.
like this here.
yeah. Okay.
And for the viewers at home, you can draw that on there too if you want. There you go. And maybe bring it like this. Okay, so now I want you to pour just a tiny bit around there, just like you did. of the blue. Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be fine. Don't be afraid. You can't mess it up. Okay, there you go. And don't ever be afraid to let it come drip off the edge too. Okay, so now let's do the cobalt blue and just come right in behind that.
Pour it.
Yeah.
Like over here.
Mm-hmm. And you can even pour it on top of it if you want to. There you go. Awesome. And now take some of this lighter green there and pour it in the middle.
Just right in the middle.
Kind of do the wave thing.
A big
Sorry.
puddle. Oops.
That's okay. And then now do the white on the outside and the inside. All right, awesome. So now we're going to take the palette knife over here, this one here, a number 3, and when you do it, I just want you to do a counterclockwise like that. And you might want to hold the palette knife like this up top. See how I only have a couple of fingers?
Oh, okay.
Just do that number.
Okay. So like with all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
just go all of it. I know it's kind of hard, and don't push down too hard.
I think I did.
Yeah, you're pushing down. You want to just lightly come across
Try
there.
again.
Yeah. There you go. Look at
Ooh,
those
yeah, look
cells.
at
Isn't
that.
that cool?
Okay.
Okay, so now when you do it again in the middle here, just kind of do this and pull it back. Just on here. You don't want to get out in the middle too much.
Just.
And you can whoops, almost knocked that over on the floor. Use that smaller tool.
Okay. Do the same thing.
Just kind of this part right here.
Just right here.
Yeah.
Like shaking them all like this.
No, that's okay. I do it too. So now take your knife and then just pull it this way. Yeah, there you go. Just like that.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay, so now we want to fill in the back more with some more white up in here and in here, and we're going to fill all that in.
All right here.
Yeah, with whatever white you have left. Okay.
Okay.
And then on top too, on top of that wave, because it's crashing down.
On top of it?
On top
Right
here.
Oh. Like that?
Yeah, there you go. Now pour some of this lighter color here
Right here?
on top of the white. And just swoosh it across there. And all the way around. Sorry. I'm acting like you know what I'm thinking here.
And in the middle too?
Yeah, just a hair in the middle. Just a little bit. There you go. Okay, so now you basically just want to shape it like a wave. The way you think it would look. And wipe off your palette knife there so you don't keep mixing. There you go. Now I would start in the middle and just kind of get that looking like a little wave there, a curl in the middle. So you can actually take your palette knife and do this number, like just lay it down and go. Just like that.
Ooh.
Just right.
Yeah, kind of push the paint down just a hair. There you go. And then all the way out. You always want to come all the way out. There you go. And then you want to fill in just a little bit there. So you can take your, yeah, there you go. Just like that. Awesome.
Cool.
So now I'm going to come over here more so people at home aren't seeing it all the way upside down. So now you want to take your palette knife and do the top portion of it. So sometimes I actually pull back a little bit so I get a little paint on there and then come across out here and then drop off and then come and do the other half. Because sometimes it's hard to do a full circle with, your wrist only being like less than 90 degrees.
Like this a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then come over to half and just slide it right off there. There you go. Now wipe off your palette knife. And now you can come in just like this with that knife. You can just come down like this and do that number. There you go. And don't be afraid to push that. You want to push that paint off the canvas there. Be careful. Don't mix. Don't get to like swiping too much. So let's do this green here because it's a hair darker. Pour that just along the edge right there. Just ever so slightly. Yeah. So I got the cup in the way there. Okay, now, again, kind of back that up a little bit because you want this to go over the sides and then come across just in a circle. You want everything to be kind of circular. There you go. Circle it back up there. Okay, now come back across just like in a circle. There you go. It looks to me like that's pretty awesome. What do you think?
I love it. I think it's so cool.
We're missing a little paint here. So sometimes you can dab in just a hair, ever so slightly with the small one. So you just want to dab whatever color is in there. So maybe the darker blue. Just pick up a little on there. You want to grab your cup though. You don't want to drag your arm across your painting. There you go. Go ahead and grab a little bit more. You want a little bit more on there. There you go. Just dab that in there. Okay, that's good. And then just a hair of this green color.
In the same spot?
Yeah. Just fill up that blank space. You don't want to have blank spaces on your canvas. Okay, there you go. And now wipe off your palette knife. And now just dab that off of there just a little bit. And try and get your palette knife to where you're more like this, where it's scraping it. You want it to be kind of like just like this.
Oh, okay.
But see how that looks kind of square on there?
Yeah.
You'll want to take your palette knife, your little palette knife, and just kind of follow this little line and then drag that line through it so it looks natural with the wave.
Right here?
Yeah. And maybe start over here a little bit more. Like back farther.
Right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, make sure you have your palette knife just like that. There you go. And drag that across right through that blue. There you go. See how that looks a little bit more natural there.
That looks so cool.
Maybe just ever so slightly dab blue like this, knock it off, have just a dab on there, and then do a pointed, I'm going to take the blue off, and do a pointed palette knife, just a little swipe like that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Just a tiny one, because you don't want it to be very thick.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Because it's just going to add, it's going to add a little line for that wave, a little dimension.
Just like right on top?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm all nervous. Okay.
Nah, don't be nervous.
Right here?
Yeah. And then just do a little circle and come right back out.
Like that?
Yeah. It's a little high there. So, so wipe off your palette knife, and you'll want to just carefully fix it with a more, here, let me get this off there so that doesn't dry. You want to just carefully just kind of fix it and bring it in down a little bit.
Okay.
Just ever so slightly. I know waves are kind of difficult.
Yeah, they are. I thought this was easy.
But you're doing an awesome job. So just swoosh it in. Just swoosh it there. Don't be afraid.
Am I already messing up?
No, you're doing great.
Right here?
There you go.
Is that better?
Oh, that kind of looks cool with the arrow in there. The kind of arrow look over here.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
Okay, I think we should stop.
I love it. I think it looks good.
Maybe blend this green here.
Green?
I don't know.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, you're right. It does look a little bit unnatural. Maybe just with your small palette knife, just trail it on the top there, just a little bit.
Oh, man.
You'll be fine. Just a tiny little trail, just a swoosh. Go for it. There you go. Right there, just like that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome.
My hands shake so much.
I know. I do too. When I get to doing waves, I start shaking.
I'm sweating.
So you did it, and I didn't help you on any of the painting part. I just kind of told you what to do. So there are
Good job, babe.
both our paintings there by Dallas and Rachel. You guys did a great job.
Well, thank you, Carl.
We had the best teacher.
Awesome. Well, I'm so delighted to have you guys over and to do this. So if you want, like later on, you can come back on your blue there. You can even touch up a little bit on the sky or put in a little sun if you want to. Some people add in all kinds of stuff, unicorn and jumping out of the wave. No, a dolphin or whatever. But you guys did great, and I want to thank the viewers at home for tuning in, and I hope this helped you do some ocean scenes. So I turned everything off but one light because I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's drying. And check out her wave. Rachel's wave really turned out cool. It looks like a starry night or something instead of the splash marks, which gave me some new creative ideas. Then let's come over here to Dallas's, and I'm digging it. So I just royally screwed up. I tried to set my camera stand over here to time lapse. Dallas is painting drawing, and it fell over onto the wet painting. So I guess I will do a tutorial on what to do if you screw something up. So here's where it went in. I'm pretty ticked about this, but there's nothing I can do right now about it except try and fix it. And really, guys, this is why you have to be ultra careful with your painting. I hope Dallas doesn't kill me. All right, so I'm going to dip in over here. I want to get some of the light stuff. Man, I can't believe that. All right, let me get over here where you can see. So I'm going to go over here and get some on this palette knife and bring it over and let that just ride just like that. And come over here just like that. And I'm going to push that back right in there. Just like that. I just gently push that down. I think that will actually lay down. Oh man, it looks like there's another piece over here. Did I just do that or? So I'm gonna kind of pull this paint up a little bit, get it off of there and there. Just like that. Just ever so carefully. Oh, that's gonna be a good patch, good patch. I think I'm gonna leave that. That looks pretty good. So that's how you would fix a painting if say your cat walked across one little edge of it or something, or your pet hamster, or your child came up and said, "Hey, looky," and touched it. This is what I would do to fix it. So for the gloss coat, I'm going to start out with some Deco Art triple thick brilliant brush on gloss glaze. This stuff is supposed to be kind of like epoxy, but you can brush it on and walk away just kind of like a varnish or whatever. And I did do a little bit of test on one of these canvases. Let me get over here in my seat. And it actually did really good. Let's see, this one here. Right here, I did it on the back on the wood. Oh, that's nice. Oh wow, that's pretty hard, just like epoxy. And it's water-based. So it says on the side, create a clear high gloss finish with one coat on hard surfaces. Extra thick glaze adds depth. Use an acrylic brush to apply. Add multiple coats for protection. Don't overwork it, and because it will start to streak up, and you don't want to put coats on too fast. So you can see how it's kind of gummy like. So I'm gonna set this one over here. Let me set this out of the way. We're one at a time here. So, ooh, boy, whoa, that stuff is thick. Oh, crikeys. That's what I forgot to do, is clean the silicone off of this thing. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see what happens. Wow, that is thick. Don't overwork. Okay. All right. Man. Really thick. Kind of difficult to work with or brush in. But I can tell this is going to make a really super coat. Oh, I already did that. Okay, one more side here to do. I know I make the brushing part look easy. You know, when I was 12, I used to paint with my dad. I've mentioned that before in a lot of other videos. Come on, get on there. Okay, now flop it down carefully. Get it where you can work with it. Man, I forgot to wipe off that silicone there. I hope it covers. I'm putting this on kind of thick. I don't want to overwork it like they said. Work it, baby, work it. I don't want to overwork it, but you got to get it on there, you know? Okay. Let's see. Okay, that side looks good. Oh, well, how did I miss that right in the middle? What the heck? You notice how I experiment with other people's projects, not my own. Okay, that looks awesome. I hope that it stays looking that way. Let me take this camera off so you can see. That is thick. It's thick and rich. So, I don't know how this is going to dry or cover or anything, but it should dry really nice. And once I'm done with these, I will go set these on a level surface to make sure we get the right flow going on. Oh, my stomach is making sounds. Ooh. I know I need to eat. I know, stomach. I worked on a wave painting all last night, and to get, I was seriously gonna do a dolphin, and it didn't come out that way. I ended up just doing a wave. Oh, I already did that side too. Let me go faster on this. I feel like I'm moving slow here. I've been listening to reggae. The roots reggae music. Revolution as a reggae group. Really good. And I just bought tickets to their concert here in Utah, Salt Lake City. They're going to be with a group called Slightly Stupid. I know that sounds so stupid, right? I'm just gonna get some of this on there like that, and then once I get to brush it out, it'll be a lot better to work with. So with this stuff, I noticed you got to take long, heavy, bold strokes because you don't want to sit there and do that. That's what they're saying by overwork. You don't want to push too much in there too many times. Okay, make sure I got everything here. And then just lay it out like that. So, bam. Alright, I really hope these work with the silicone that I left on there. I forgot to clean it off. So, I let these dry for 2 weeks, but still I should go clean the silicone off with a little alcohol on a rag. Alright, this Deco Art triple thick brilliant gloss glaze that I brushed on. Look at that shine. Whew! Boy, that is deep and it is awesome. So I let this dry for a really long time, and man, it's so shiny I can hardly get the camera in there to check it out. So let's take a look at both of those. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Looks like a starry night, waves crashing. But you can see that dried like really thick. Whoops. That dried really thick, really nice, almost an epoxy like finish. So Rachel and Dallas are gonna love these, and I hope you loved the video. Good night.